just some thoughts on vinyl. Um, did you know that there was an oil crisis in '73, and you just couldn't get fuel for those huge yank tanks um, that got 8 miles to the gallon. The good old days, the days of when there were so many prog rock albums being sold in 1973 that America had to go to war and and waste more um, fuel so they could capture the oil fields somewhere in Arabia or whatever it is. And so you can blame the oil crisis of '73 on a dark side of the moon, um, hot August night. Every second house in Australia had a copy. There was no copy in my house. Yeah, lots of those albums, like Close to the Edge or something by S or whatever it is. All those boring records, horrible. It caused pollution and trouble. And so to get to the point, I will not, I'll never hear a bad word said against, hey, Rob Walker, there's your brothers. I think Let the Music Play be on here. Oh, well, must be one of their shit songs because it's not on here. Rob Walker, Let the Music Play. See, these are so compact and they don't destroy trees or you don't have to dig up oil fields or anything to make them. And I love the way they do this, they actually recreate these are the monos. This is a good one if you can find it. This is a very early 1990 compilation. Excellent, excellent. You probably wouldn't be able to find this anymore. But this is really good. If you love the Walker Brothers like I do, best of 65 to 67, killer stuff. Some great. There's no shit on this, no shit at all. It's all very, very good. But the joy of CDs is you can do your makeup in them. See, look. See, I just don't get this vinyl thing. You don't need a fucking bloody anti-static mat or an anti-static gun. And the reason that's why I made this silly video, to promote CDs, which will make a comeback. Vinyl will die again in about 5 years. And then there'll be a lot of people with red faces. Yeah, and CDs will suddenly be coming again. But I forgot to mention something. That's right, of course. Anti-static mats are basically just very thick woven rubber mats. So you could, if you can't buy one, you could probably just buy a big piece of rubber to put, if you have a shocking static problem. And I'm talking about good records that you bought new, no one else has ever owned them or touched them. You're immaculate with your care of your vinyl, and you're still getting static. Also, I forgot to mention the most important thing of all, the anti-static brush. Get a very, very good quality anti-static brush. Before I play every record, or 33s anyway, I always just let it run a couple of revolutions with the anti-static brush lightly sitting on the surface. That'll get rid of most static. It'll pick up all the dust and hairs and not pubic hair, other things that cause noises on records. But it's yeah. So that's it for now. The anti-static brush is very important, and rubber doesn't conduct electricity. See, so if you can't get electrocuted if you've got rubber sole shoes on, and just when I used to get those records out at in Canberra there, you'd take them out of the sleeve, and it was so staticky in that environment that as you're picking it up to put it on the record player, and if you put the record over your arm, all the hairs would just stand up like that. But yeah, I remember once I got really pissed there. I was a full-on drunk when I was in Canberra. Spent my first night in Canberra in the police cells for drunk driving. Had to ring work, and I'd been retrenched or sacked or whatever by the richest man in Australia, and I found a job in Canberra. Quite an awful place, but in the dark room down there. But it actually turned out pretty good. But yeah, I got pulled over just as I was pulling into the motel. I'd stopped at every pub on the way from Sydney to Canberra. I was a very well experienced drunk driver. I can assure you, I've never ever had an accident on um, booze or LSD ever. Just a very good driver. I was a good driver. So um, yeah, as I was pulling into the motel, a couple of bored federal police pulled me over, and buffo, I ended up in the police cells. I must have been pretty pissed because I actually destroyed the police cell. I woke up in the morning and thought I was in a motel, and then I saw the bars, and I went, "Oh no!" It all started coming back. I went, "Oh no, shit, fuck!" And the sink was hanging off the wall. I'd actually pulled the sink off the wall, and I said to the cop, they were really good about it. I said, "Look, I'm really sorry about all this," and I said, "Is there anything I can do to help here?" And they said, "Look." They said, "Look, you can serve the other prisoners breakfast." So I turned into a trusty just like that, and a snitch instantly. Um, and I had to ring work and say, "Look, I'm supposed to start today, and I can't make it." And they said, "Why not?" And I said, "Because I'm in jail." Because I'm in jail. And I thought, that's it, I'm fucked. They're just going to fuck me off. I'm not going to get a chance. They all thought it was hilarious because they all turned out to be a bunch of piss pots and insane gamblers like I was too. We'd to celebrate what they thought was a funny story. We used to go down to um, a video poker club that opened at 7 o'clock in the morning, and you'd go down there and you'd be drinking schooners of beer and playing the poker machines at 7 a.m. and they give you like a free bacon and eggs for breakfast. And this was from the top boss all the way down to the cleaner used to do it. In some ways, Canberra was fantastic. On the surface, it looks like some German city. Clean. You don't see anything, nothing wrong. But what went on behind closed doors there? Oh God, I could. Anyway, so yeah, you vinyl fiends, suffer. Go on, keep buying those damn records. Those damn records. You know, masochists. That's what you are. You're just bloody masochists.